These are real life retail and customer service horror stories straight from the YouTube comments section. So you know they're gonna be good. Hi there, I'm Abbey Howe, and this is HoweFunny, your place to not take yourself too seriously. Lately, there's been a lot of new faces around here, and I'm guessing you probably came over from my video, 8 Annoying Things Customers Do. So if you are new, welcome. So many people have left interesting and funny stories in the comments of that video and other videos in my customer service playlist. So I wanted to read them, share them, show my favorites, because I just think that real life is always funnier than scripted life, and I really appreciate all the support on that video, so I kind of wanted to give back, share a little bit of your stories, and yeah, let's dive into it. This one I relate to so much. Cat S says, we close at 2:30. Customer arrives at 2:29:57. All the time. When I used to be a waitress, people would come in like right before closing and be like, hi, just so you know, we are closing in 5 minutes. Like you can get a to-go item, like a pastry or a coffee. And then they would like want to sit and drink the whole coffee. We're like putting up the chairs, we're like ready to go. Very annoying. James Lear says, I remember asking customers what they'd like to order over the phone, and they'd say, yeah, we want, yo, what do we want? I don't know, Ashley, what do you want? Greg, what do you want? Do you want a salad? Do you want pizza? You know, like I've totally taken orders like that where you, like they're calling you and they have no idea what they want. They're screaming up to the kids up on the second floor. They're screaming down to the basement at their dog. What does their dog want to eat? Violet Panda left the most epic comment. It's just so long. I guess she used to work at Subway, and so these are some of the interactions that she had. Hi, what can I get for you? A foot long. Literally stares in silence after he says foot long, like just doesn't even answer, just like nothing. And then she asks, what kind of bread? And he goes, Italian urban cheese. More silence. Do you want cheese? Provolone! He just like screams it at her. Dude, working at Subway must be so hard. Here's another one from Violet Panda. She's working the drive-thru and she says, hi, what can I get started for you? And this douche says, I like that she named him Douche.
Crazy Ira and the douche.
He says,
I want a foot-long sunflower bread, meatball, double meat with pepper jack cheese, double cheese, toasted tomatoes, green peppers, onions, parmesan, all my jalapenos, banana peppers, and surprise me with the sauce.
this one's funny, but I have to say that I'm guilty of doing this. Roxanne said, my pet peeves were the ones who took money or cards out of their bra or underwear. I don't want to be touching that ish. I've totally done that, but I make sure that I take it out before I go into the store. It's bad. I should not do that. I'm one of the customers. Nilly G says, I had a customer complain that the fish was too fishy. Dude, this has also happened to me. I don't understand the sentiment behind this. If you're getting seafood, it's gonna taste like a fish. If you get a fish, it's gonna taste like a fish. Kate Phoenix said, I had a guy come in and ask for something we were very clearly sold out of. I tell him we're sold out, and he goes, no, I'm sure you've got some in the back. I'm gonna pay now. I tell him that might not be a good idea. He insists, so I ring him up anyway. I let him know that it'll be about 10 to 15 minutes to check for and package the product. He says, okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. It'll be ready then. Even though she said 10 to 15 minutes. That is just so annoying. This whole interaction ends with him coming back in 5 minutes, me triple checking that we don't have it, and he gets ticked off because I've wasted his time. The worst thing about that story is that you said it'll take 10 to 15 minutes and he came back in 5. Like, just no respect for your time or your job or anything at all, and yeah. It sucks. Elizabeth Cassidy left a story about chip readers. In my 8 Annoying Things Retail Customers Do, we did a little bit about chip readers.
Cash or card? Card. You can just stick it right here in our card reader.
I can't.
You just you stick it in.
I don't understand.
You just put the chip, this gold thing, and you just stick it in like that. This way, yeah.
I'm just gonna try a different card, okay?
That's a library card.
I'm gonna try it this way.
That's Dunkin' Donut. That's a Dunkin' Donuts gift card.
This has gotta work.
That's a birthday card.
She says, my work doesn't have a chip reader, and there is literally a card in the chip reader that says no chip. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when people do one of 3 things. Number 1, inform me that there is a card in the chip reader. I mean, you don't say. It's not like I work here every single day and know every single corner of this place by heart. Number 2, take out the card that is in the chip reader and proceed to put their card in. Like, the thing is in there for a reason. It's not like the slot was lonely and needed a boyfriend. It doesn't work. Number 3, try to fit their card in with the card that is already in the chip reader, which is supposed to stop you from using it. Then they look at me and say, why isn't my card working? What's the meaning of life? Come on, Elizabeth, answer me. Your card doesn't work because there is no chip reader, Sharon. Sarah Jane says another thing that customers do, though it's not as common as all of the ones in the video, is just straight throw stuff at you, which I've never had happen. But Sarah says, I work at a grocery store, and so often people will just throw their reusable bags at my face or toss money and change to me. I'm not a dog. You are not a dog, Sarah Jane. You are not a dog. And Timeless Music says something so poignant. It just gets me. Says, sometimes customers tend to think they have a license to be rude because they are dishing out the cash. And I feel like that is so true. They think that without them, the cashier wouldn't even have a job. It's like they became the boss all of a sudden. And it does have something to do with power. It's a power exchange. One person has the power and the other person does not. And I feel like even in small ways, some people like to take advantage of that feeling because maybe they don't get that a lot in their real life, or maybe they're really used to it. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed those horror stories from some of the people in the comments section of my video. I really enjoy reading your comments. If you want to leave me more stories, I would love that. Leave them in the comments. I just think it's a great way for us to feel less alone, and also a good way to communicate with other people who don't work in customer service, kind of how you should treat people who are serving you. Yeah, so subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, have a lovely, lovely day.